So, good morning, students. Today we will start new poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. The poem is written by Adrienne Rich. So, first of all, we will discuss about the introduction of the poet. Adrienne C. Rich was born on 16 May 1929 and was died on 27 March 2012. And she was born in Baltimore. She was an American poet, essayist, and feminist. She was known as one of the most widely read and influential poets of the second half of the 20th century and was credited with bringing the operation of women to the forefront of poetic discourse. She published 25 volumes of poetry, 3 collections of essays, and more than half a dozen other writings. Rich prose collections are widely acclaimed for their erudite, lucid, and poetic treatment of politics, feminism, history, racism, and many other topics. Now we will discuss about the introduction of this poem. The poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers addresses the constraints of married life that a woman experiences. The protagonist of the poem, Aunt Jennifer's, represents women all over the world, particularly the women in America during the 1950s. She represents the kind of women who were caught under the oppressive hand of patriarchal society. The poet Adrienne Rich, through the simple lines of the poem, delineates a woman's struggles with expression and rebellion. The three quatrains expose the desolating effects of patriarchy. In the first stanza, the poet first introduces us to Aunt Jennifer's dreams. In the second stanza, we are introduced to the reality of Aunt Jennifer's world. And the third stanza is a narrative for the future. Now we will discuss about the theme of this poem. The poem revolves around the desires and depressingly harsh realities of Aunt Jennifer's existence, using sharp contrasts between the tigers and herself. The tigers appear to be in sharp contrast to her personality. The tiger's actions are smooth, uninhibited, and proud. Aunt Jennifer, on the other hand, has great trouble even to embroider because her movements are so weak. Aunt Jennifer is evidently a lonely, pained old woman plagued by anxiety. The reason for her miserable plight is the oppressive patriarchal family system, wherein the whole soul of the family is the male and it is he who dominates the scene. She creates an alternative world of freedom, a world that she longs for through her tigers. Now we will discuss about the summary part of this poem. In the in this feminist poem, which is critical of the male world, Aunt Jennifer creates an alternate world of freedom in her art. The tigers of Aunt Jennifer's stitchings are representative of her desire to be a free spirit, emphasizing the fact that she pines for freedom from her burdensome husband. The first stanza opens with Aunt Jennifer's visual tapestry of tigers who are fearless of their environment. Bright topaz denizens of the world of green evoke an image that these tigers are unafraid of other beings in the jungle. Here, bright signifies their powerful and radiant persona. There is a sense of certainty and firm confidence in the way these tigers moves, as can be seen in the line. They pace in sleek chivalric certainty. In the second stanza, the reality of Aunt Jennifer is revealed as she is feeble, weak, and enslaved. Very much the opposite of the tigers she was knitting. Her physical and mental trauma is depicted in the line, find even the ivory needle hard to pull. Even though a wedding ring doesn't weigh much, the massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand, signifies the amount of dominance her husband has exercised over her. This also means that her inner free spirit has been jailed by the patriarchal society. The last stanza starts on a creepy note about Aunt Jennifer's death. Even her death wouldn't free her from the ordeals she went through, which can be seen in When Aunt is dead, terrified hands will lie still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. But her artwork, which was her escape route, or in a way her inner sense of freedom, will stay forever proud and unafraid. So now we will discuss about the summary part of this poem in Hindi. यहाँ बताया गया है कि आंट जेनिफर के जो शेर हैं वो दीवार पर से कूदते फांदते हैं। वे चमकते हुए पीले टोपाज पत्थर की तरह चमकीले रंग के हैं, हरे जंगलों के निवासी हैं तथा पट पर आंट जेनिफर द्वारा उतारे गए हैं। यह उन्हें अपने उन हाथों से रचती है। वे जो आदमी पेड़ के नीचे खड़े हैं उनसे नहीं डरते हैं, वे बने ठने शौर्यपूर्वक निश्चय से दौड़ते हैं। आंट जेनिफर इस कविता के माध्यम से हाथ अपनी उन ऊनों में उधर उधर घूम रहे हैं, लेकिन चाल उनकी निर्विघ्न और प्रयत्न रहित नहीं है। आंट को हाथी दांत की सलाइयों को खींचने में काफी कठिनाई होती है। शादी के बाद भारी बोझ ने कभी उसके पति के साथ बांधा था, वह अभी भी उसके हाथ पर भारी पड़ रही है। अभी वह भी स्वयं को उस बोझ के नीचे बंधी हुई अनुभव करती है। जब आंट मर जाएगी तो उस समय भी उसके आतंकित हाथ उसके उदास जीवन की सारी कहानी कहेंगे। मुसीबतें और कष्ट उसके विवाहित जीवन के अंग थे, उन्होंने उसे कुचल दिया और ये उसके हाथ देकर पढ़ा जा सकता है। लेकिन जो फलक पर उसने शेर बनाए थे वे गर्व और निडरता के साथ छलांग लगाते रहेंगे। सो नाउ वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट द इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स ऑफ दिस पोएम। Aunt Jennifer tigers jump over across a screen. They are sleek and chivalric. They pace with confidence and certainty. She is using ivory needles and fluttering her fingers in the wool to create her tigers. Her fingers find it hard even to pull the ivory needles. The heavy weight of Uncle's wedding band still sits at her hands. Those sufferings and troubles that crushed her during her married life have possessed her mentally and physically. When Aunt Jennifer is dead, her tigers will survive. They will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. So, this was the complete introduction and summary part of this poem. In the next video, we will discuss about the text part of this poem, explanation part of that poem. If you have any doubt or any confusion in the summary part, then you can contact to me on my personal number. Till then, thank you very much.